Typically, I am quite a bit louder than this, but my voice is obviously not 100%. So while people are kind of finishing up over there, getting set up, what I'm going to do is go through the paperwork first. So before we go through anything, I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Aaron. I own this location here in Holland. As you can see, there are a lot of you, okay? There is over 90 of you that are going to be starting next Monday, okay? Now, it's already packed. So next week is going to be sardine can mode. What that means is it's going to be very crowded. Give us a week. By the 18th, we should have about 3,600 more square feet added. They're doing construction right now next door. So don't worry, space will not be a problem for very much longer, okay? Bear with me for a week and we'll be over 6,600 square feet. We'll have more than enough room to accommodate you. So we are going to have to be a little tricky with that, and I'll explain that in a minute. So the 4 pieces of documentation, pretty much this orientation. So there's 3 different groups of people here right now. There's 3-week trials who, at the end of this, if you want to end up doing the 6-week challenge, that is more than fine. So if after I get done explaining all the nutrition stuff and you feel like that sounds like something you want to do, not a problem at all. Let Christina know up at the desk and she will get you set up. It's not a big deal. We still have, we reserved enough spots just in case you guys wanted to do it. Okay, so we did reserve a few extra spots in case any of you who are on a 3-week trial wanted to do the challenge instead. That's fine. If not a big deal. So the other group is the 6-week challenge. So the 6-week challenge people are only people who are not currently clients here. Okay, if you are not currently a client here, you are only eligible for the 6-week program. And then the 12-week program is only for our members. So if you have never done one of our 12-week programs before, that is considered phase 1. So the cool thing is the ideology of the nutrition is all identical. The only thing that changes is the customization numbers for you, which I'm going to go into later, okay? So don't freak out. I promise you we will get you all the information you need. So I'm going to go through the paperwork that you have in front of you first. So the first one, if you don't mind, can I borrow yours? Thank you so much. So I'm going to read your, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so this is the first one that I need, okay? This is called a PAR Q. The most important part of this is the part she forgot, and that is on the back, okay? On the top, it asks for a client signature. This just says that if I kill you, you can't sue me. So you all have to sign this or you can't work out, okay? So that is the most important piece of paper you will fill out ever. The second one, okay, is the contract. Now, the reason that we have everybody fill this out tonight before you start is because I don't want to even imagine Christina trying to figure out all of your guys' paperwork on the same day at the end of 6 weeks. That is insanity. We've done that before, and it takes about 3 to 5 weeks and about 50 hours of extra work for her to do. So what we do is we just have you fill out everything before you start. Okay? This way, at the end of the challenge, if you want to continue on and be a member, all your stuff is done for you. If you don't, all you have to do is let us know, and we turn it right off. It's not a big deal. We will send you out multiple emails in regards to that. So don't worry about anything. That's why we do it. So what I'm going to walk you through next is all of the options on here, right? Because there's quite a few of them on here. All you need to do is circle the one that applies to you. So do not worry about the personal training memberships, okay? That is a program that we are launching once we expand. We do not currently offer it. It is full for the times that we allow right now in boot camp. Once we expand, we will have over 7 times, and that's going to be more individualized training. So typically during a training session, there's 2 to 3 trainers on it every session, and there's anywhere from 20 to 50 clients, okay? That's typically what goes on. Now, if you want more of a one-on-one experience, very small group, very individualized, more strength-based, that is the personal training. So if that's something that you're thinking about when we announce that it's opening, make sure you send us a message and we'll get you into that. But don't worry about any of the personal training memberships right now. The individual ones are the ones you want. So we have 3 options on there. The 4th one is just simply if you split it in half. Bi-monthly just means twice a month, okay? So how it works is if you are single or you are not here with a significant other or a family member, you choose the single membership. If you are here with a family member or a significant other, you can choose the couples membership. Those are your options. If you want to do a 6-month membership, you can do do that. If you want to join the one other person on the planet who pays month to month, feel free. It's really up to you, okay? So we offer different time periods. 99% of the clients that work out with us are on a one-year contract. The reason they're on a one-year contract is because our program is designed on a year basis. So we do 3 12-week challenges per year. For our clients, it's a phase program. By the time you're done with phase 3, you do not need us anymore for nutrition. You will know everything you ever need to know about nutrition when you are done. So our program is not a 7-day detox, a 21-day quick fix, or any of the crap you hear about. Our program is 52 weeks for the rest of your life. So that's what we do here, okay? We are the #1 fat loss facility in West Michigan, period, end of story. Nobody has even close to the documented results that we do. Matter of fact, our camera guy is Ben Pierce. His poster's here. I think he's at 92 pounds lost since he started. We also have a client who's over 160 pounds down, and we have about 25 more posters that need to come up as soon as Matt gets to it. We've had over 40 people lose 50 pounds or more in the last 2 years of our program. Okay, what we do is fat loss. We are the best at it, period. So if you want to burn fat, you're in the right spot. If you don't want to take it seriously, Planet Fitness has pizza tonight. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. Okay? Now, choose wisely and make sure you fill it out, sign at the bottom, and Christina will take care of everything else for you. The third one, challenge evaluation form. Every single person has this form. Okay? This is what you need. You will need these starting inches and starting measurements for your progress reports. So, even if you're only doing the 3-week, you can still do this, okay? It's really important that you have an initial tracking. One of the biggest kind of regrets that Ben has was he didn't take, this is after his first challenge actually, so that's not even his real before picture because he didn't want to take one. And that was 20, what did you lose in that first one, 20-something pounds?
25.
25 pounds. So, that's kind of, something that you really want to do. So track from where you start. That's how we document stuff, right? If you don't know if you're getting better, how do you know if the program's working or not? It doesn't make any sense, right? Feeling better is great, but we want to be able to measure it. So I'm going to walk you through this entire sheet in just a minute, but the last one that I want to go over is the schedule. So if you are a 6-week or a 3-week person, you are not currently a member, you have to schedule your first workout with Christina when you submit your paperwork. And after I'm done talking and you think I'm full of you-know-what and don't want to continue and want a refund, you can also ask Christina about that. But if you want to continue on, you do have to schedule your first workout. You do not have to schedule a workout after your first one. The only reason we make you schedule your first one is so that we don't have 37 new people all show up at 5:30 a.m., okay? It's just a bad time. So we just want to make sure that we know who's coming in at what time their first time. Once you've been through one workout, you kind of understand the format. You're not going to feel that overwhelmed. But the first one, you are going to kind of have that deer in headlights feel. Okay, so just be aware of that a little bit. So I'm going to go through the schedule real quick and go over 2 things. First, I'm going to go over the most packed sessions. Okay, so if you love a big crowd of sardines and you want to be one of them, 5:30 a.m. or p.m. is for you. Okay, it is. Those are our 2 busiest sessions to the point where there's an average of 45 people in here. If you want to understand what that looks like, pretty much look in this room right now, and that's pretty much what it looks like working out. So obviously, in a couple weeks, that's not going to be a big deal, right? You can do it whatever you want, but if big groups are not your thing, stay away from the 5:30s. Okay. Other than that, you're pretty much golden. Any other session outside of the 5:30s, you can pretty much show up to, and it's going to be way less crowded. Okay, so just take that into consideration. Now, the next thing I'm going to go through is what we do on a daily basis. So if you have a pen, awesome. If you don't, I think we have extras. So if you don't have a pen, go grab one. But this is just in case you care about what days we do what. So Mondays and Thursdays, we typically do the same thing. Not the same workout, but the same body parts. Okay, so it's going to be upper body push, Mondays and Thursdays. Upper body push, lower body cardio. So if you were here today, you got a full dose of cardio, right? Today was rough. So we did that because next week we have a lot of new people and I can't do that to them next week. They would never come back. So then Tuesdays and Fridays are also identical. Upper body pull, lower body strength. It just got weird. All right, so I'll go fix that real quick. Upper body pull, lower body strength. So again, on Tuesdays and Fridays, we tend to focus a little bit more on strength training. On Wednesday is everybody's favorite day, it's core day, which I don't want to get into because it just makes me mad. But everybody loves to do core. Core is everybody's favorite, even though core day has nothing to do with how your abs look and your diet does, but I can't tell enough people that it doesn't matter anyway. So, and then Saturday is kind of a grab bag. So some days it can be strength training, some days it might be what's a hurricane, which is more cardio. It's kind of whatever evil comes into my head at the time. That's kind of what we do. So those are Saturdays in a nutshell. So we suggest that you come 3 times a week. That is all you are really mandated for guaranteed results. So I'm pretty sure we're the only gym in town that guarantees results, right? So if you're actually following our nutrition program, you're working out a minimum of 3 times a week, and you're not getting results, you get a refund. I've never given one yet, because anybody who's actually followed my program every time gets results, because we have a full-time nutritionist on staff who will help me if I screw something up. But we've never had to give a refund yet. So we literally will guarantee you results. If at the end of the challenge you didn't lose any weight and you followed the program and you're not lying, okay, you will get results. Period. End of story. It's never not happened. So with that being said, make sure you think about what time you want to schedule your first workout. For most people, if you've never been in here, 3 times a week is plenty your first time. It is a different kind of workout, okay? I can go lift weights for hours, no problem. I can go run, no problem. I do this for 30 minutes, I'm done, okay? It is high intensity interval training. I'm going to explain what that means in a minute, but ultimately it is a very, very different kind of in shape. So it's not that you're out of shape, you just might not be in boot camp shape. There's a big difference between the two. So if you're really, really sore, you don't need to come back the next day. Take a day off. It's okay. 3 times is all you need, okay? If you want to come more than that, you're more than welcome as many times as you want. You have unlimited access. But I would recommend your first week, if you've never been here, 3 times is probably all you need. So I would hit a Monday, Thursday, a Tuesday, Friday, and a Wednesday or a Saturday, so that way you kind of get a little bit of everything, okay? Now, Facebook is the next part. So this is the most important part. If you are doing the challenge and you are not in the Facebook group, you are doing it severely wrong. Okay, everything that we post is in there. The reason I don't want to email you 270 times is because I don't want to email you 270 times. If I put a post in Facebook, it has everything we need. It's all there. There's files all backed up for the challenges. There's files in our members page if you're doing the 3-week for all of our orientation information. Our schedules are in there. Literally everything is on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, maybe it's time to start. I don't know what else to tell you.
We don't get money from Zuckerberg by getting you on Facebook.
Zuckerberg does not fund us. But honestly, everything is on there, and it makes life really easy. So if you lose anything, you don't have to email me and then hope I check my email within the next 48 hours. All you have to do is just look in the Facebook group and all the documents are there. The cool thing for the challenge groups is you actually have a separate group per challenge where you will probably see Ben answer a lot of questions. The reason Ben answers so many questions is because he's done pretty much every challenge he's ever done. He knows the program like the back of his hand, and his job allows him to pretty much have access to a computer most of the day. So if he answers a question, pretty much take it as a trainer is answering your question, okay? He will answer it almost immediately if it's during the day. So the cool thing about the Facebook group is it's almost a 24/7 Q&A. Right? So if you're at the store and you don't know what something counts as, or you're having trouble with your meal plan, take a picture of where you're at, say this is what I'm struggling with, and post it. And we will all help you. So in the 6-week challenge groups, it's all 3 locations. So Holland, Forest Hills, and Grand Haven, which means you have access to 17 trainers, all with 4-year degrees minimum, as well as a full-time nutritionist. And Ben. All right? So there's 20 people that will be more than happy to help you. And there's also a lot of clients who have done it too, that are typically in those groups. So feel free to ask. Those groups are to help you. That is what they're for. I have yet to see someone be successful in our program who was not in the Facebook groups. I don't think it's ever happened. There's that much information that you don't get. So use that for what it may be. Evals and coaches. So if you are doing the challenge, if you are doing phase 1 and you're a client, Brittany is your coach. Okay, you will be sending your evals to her. Matt will be putting out all that information. You should have access to the evals as of last night. So if you're a member currently, you can send your email to Brittany with your initial evaluation anytime you want. Now, they will be due back to you by Friday night, so don't email her 17 times between now and Thursday saying, did you get my eval? Wait until Friday night. If you don't get anything by Friday night, then assume that you didn't get it, okay? If you're doing the 6-week program, myself and Ryan, who's the other trainer who's not here, him and I will be handling all the 6-week people, okay? So we will divide you up as of tomorrow at noon. The reason we're not doing it until then is because obviously if any of the 3-week people are joining tonight, it kind of messes teams up a little bit, right? So we just want to make sure we have equal numbers of people. And then we will put out a list on Facebook and hopefully email of where to send your evaluation. You should have access to that already on the website that was sent to you. Again, if you don't have access to that website or there's a post in the Facebook group that has everything, you're going to hear me harken back to that Facebook group quite a bit. So that's where everything is for you. Now, your evaluation will be due Wednesday night by midnight. Okay, that gives us about 24 hours to turn around. Our goal is to get them back to you no later than Friday afternoon. Okay, so if you don't hear anything back and you don't get an email back that has an attachment in a PDF with it, resend it, make a post, do something, and let us know. Okay, because we need to get that to you ASAP. You can learn everything about this program without those numbers, but those numbers are your individual numbers of what to eat. Okay, now, on the 6-week site and the 12-week site, there's videos that go through pretty much everything I'm going to explain for the rest of the time. Okay? So watch those, please. Read the stuff, please, and then ask questions. Okay? There is no such thing as a dumb question. I have been asked literally everything you can possibly imagine under the sun. You will not come up with something worse than some of the stuff I've had asked. So do not feel weird. If you are confused, ask. That is our job. Our job is to help you. If you don't understand something and you guess wrong, it's no good, right? Then you screwed something up, you're gonna get frustrated, I get a nasty email, and then I gotta deal with you. So I will gladly do whatever it takes to make sure every single one of you is successful, but you have to ask. I don't know if you're struggling, okay? Now, with that being said, I'm going to get into just a couple things real quick, and then hopefully I'm gonna let you guys go. The big thing though, before I get into the nutrition stuff, is how a workout works when you first come in. So after you schedule your first workout and you come in, this is for anybody who's ever not been in here, it's typically divided up into 4 stations, okay? So over by that wall is considered station 1, by the ropes in the back corner is station 2, over here by the kettlebells is station 3, and where you all sitting is station 4. It doesn't really matter what station you start at, we always go clockwise, okay? The format of the workouts will change, the exercises will change. When you come in, we will explain every single exercise. We will give you modifiers to make it easier or harder, okay? And we'll warm you up while we explain, okay? The workouts are 30 minutes long. It's 30 minutes, you're in and you're out. That includes warm-up, okay? So you're gonna go around as many times as we say, and then you're done, and that's it. And we give you 5 minutes between every session. We do a cool-down stretch at the end. It's not on the schedule, I don't think. Oh, it is, yeah. So yoga, every Thursday with Brittany, she does yoga. It is free for any members or challengers or trials or anybody. If you come here, you can go to yoga, okay? So that's every Thursday night. If it's your first week, I'd recommend probably trying that out. At least keep yourself stretched out a little bit. And that's kind of how a workout works, okay? So that's typically what's gonna happen when you come in. Now, the only other thing is do not wear your outside shoes on my mat, okay? These are antimicrobial gymnastics flooring. We Lysol the heck out of this place all the time. As you can tell by my voice, not well enough. We shampoo the carpets at least once a month. We are really, really clean freaks here. We do not want your dirty, salty, nasty shoes on our carpet. I have to put my face on it, okay? So if you want to leave shoes here, we have shoe racks available. If you'd rather bring them in with you, cool. Your wet shoes and snowy shoes and everything can go on the rubber mats, not a big deal. It's that easy, you can change over here and put your stuff in the cubbies, okay? Bring a water bottle. If you've never worked out here before, you're gonna want a water bottle, especially if you're an early morning workout person and you're not gonna be eating before you come in, bring a water bottle, okay? It will change your life, I promise. It's really important that you're hydrated when you first come in, okay? So that's a big thing. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the fun stuff. So, What we do here is one thing and one thing only: fat loss. Okay? We do not do weight loss. Okay? The reason that we do 50, 75, and 100-pound clubs is because if I put on the poster that someone lost 13% body fat, everyone will go, "Oh, that's cool." But if I put they lost 75 pounds, they go, "Holy cow!" Right? So America knows what percentage is. They have no idea what body fat percentage is, right? So that's why we do it. Okay? At the end of the day, it's inches, it's pictures, and then it's the scale. Okay? Ultimately, if you are dropping jean sizes, you're looking better, you're looking more toned, you're feeling more confident, and the weight's going down too, that's a bonus. You will lose weight on our program, but that is not the number one thing. Okay? It's fat loss, not weight loss. So remember that. The really reason that we do these challenges is for this right here. So every single research study, and you're going to find out very quickly I'm a huge nerd, okay? I love to read research studies, and my favorite one that I found so far, Alan Cosgrove's put out. If you don't know who he is, he's on the board of directors for Nike, and he's one of the premier fat loss people on the planet. And every single study, whether it was 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months, and this is going to blow your mind, the people who got the best results combined diet and exercise. Weird. Nobody would have guessed it, right? Here's where it gets cool, though. So if you just worked out and didn't change a single eating habit, you would lose about 20% of the fat that the people who dieted and exercised. Now, here's my favorite part. If I sent you home and said you're not allowed to work out at all, but you have to eat exactly what I tell you to eat, you're going to get about 80% of those results. So, if you're one of those people who goes, "I want to drop fat fast," what's more important, doing 17 workouts a day or actually making sure you're hitting your macros? Hands down, eating better is going to get you there way faster. That's why we do a challenge. That's why our program is different, okay? You can go to a gym on a treadmill and waste your time. If you're not eating right, it doesn't matter, okay? So understand that the workouts on our program are the cherry on top, okay? Your number one priority should be nutrition. I don't care if you have to skip a workout so that you can prep your meals for the next day. You're going to get far more out of that than you are making sure that you get that workout in for the day. Okay, that's literally how important it is. I had a lady last challenge, week 3, fell down at work, tore her rotator cuff. Has not worked out since. She lost 34 pounds in the next 9 weeks. Okay? Why? Because she ate what I told her to eat. Did I have to adjust some things for her? Yeah. That's fine. Right? I knew that if she did what I told her to do, she'd still have success. Matter of fact, she took 5th overall in our challenge. Okay? So, I promise you, if you are hitting your numbers, you will get results. Now, for phase 1 people, for members, your first 2 weeks are what we call baseline. You are going to be eating the same macros for 2 weeks, okay, if you're currently a member. This is going to be the most food you will eat the entire challenge. So, it's designed to be a gauge of how your body handles things, okay? We will adjust your macros every 2 weeks. For 6-week people, you actually have a game plan that we will give you every single week that goes along with your macros, so you will know exactly what to do every day of every week, okay? The reason that we don't do that for our 12-week people is because, again, it's a lot longer, so the program is based a little bit more on longevity, okay, and a little bit more education-based. The 6-week people will have an opportunity at the end to continue on for another 6 weeks, okay? Should that be something you want to do. So don't worry, you're not getting the short end of the stick. I will let you know that immediately right now, okay? But the 12-week people, your first 2 weeks, you will be eating the most food you've probably ever eaten in your life, okay? The number one complaint we get on our challenges is I can't eat all this food. That is the number one complaint I get. Why? Because when you're actually eating clean food, you'd be amazed at the quantity that you have to put into your body, okay? For instance, if I said, and this is just random numbers, so don't worry about it right now. Let's just go with protein. So if I told you you had to eat 120 grams of protein a day, 1 ounce of chicken has about 6 grams of protein. So if you can do the math on that real quick, yeah, you're eating about 1.5 pounds of chicken a day if you just wanted to eat chicken to get your protein, okay? That does not include the 6 servings of vegetables that you have to eat, as well as the fat and the carbohydrates that we give you. I promise you, the last thing you will want to do for the first 2 weeks on our program is eat anything, okay? The good news about that is you're going to drop a bunch of weight and drop a bunch of inches, you're going to feel great, you're going to be like, I'm not even worried about food, right? Food is gross looking right now. And that's a great problem to have, right? If we don't have to worry about being hungry and we're still dropping fat and feeling good. So the reason that that's the case is most people undereat. The number one price, especially females. Most females undereat. What happens is when you don't eat enough, your body will go get those nutrients from somewhere. If you're not eating enough protein and you're working out in here 3 times a week, your body's going to eat its muscle tissue to make sure that it gets enough protein. So you're going to be sore for longer, you're not going to make any progress, and you're not going to look any leaner because your body's literally eating everything that you're doing to it so that it can maintain itself. So we need to give your body not only enough protein to sustain itself, but also to repair and regrow. Does that make sense? Now, the number 2 problem that people have is with eating fat. Most people are deathly afraid to eat fat. Our body is actually 10 times more efficient at converting fat to ATP or energy than it is carbohydrate. The problem is the media has decided that everything needs to be low fat, no fat, fat's bad, blah, blah, blah. No, fat is great if you know how to eat it properly, okay? Carbohydrates, also not a bad thing if you know how to eat them properly. So our goal with you is to teach you, by the time you're done, how to read nutrition labels, how to count macros, how to meal plan. You will know all that information. So when you're done with the first 12 weeks, you will never look at food the same again. You will look at the back of everything and go, oh God, right? Like, I should not be eating this. Matter of fact, as soon as you watch and get through this, you're gonna probably go look at some food tonight and be like, uh-oh. So, with that being said, that's what we care about with fat loss. Now, I'm gonna go over this real quick. Man, this works really well. I'm really glad I do this. Whatever, Sharpie. All right, so I'm gonna go over real quick how our program is developed. So nutrition is the end. Obviously, huge part, right? Giant part. Now, our workout program, the reason that we combine the 2 things that we combine is because, again, research study shows a combination of strength training and high-intensity interval training is still 24% more effective for fat loss than any other program out there. That's why we do it. As soon as they come out with a more effective one, we'll switch to that. I promise. Okay? So, R is resistance training or strength training. You will not get big and bulky on our program. Okay? Period. I don't care how big our arms Kylie has. Doing our half-hour workouts the way that we do them, you will never develop muscles of those size. Okay? Our goal is to build lean muscle and burn body fat. Period. End of story. I'm talking about you, sorry. High-intensity interval training. Okay? High-intensity interval training is the setup of what we do. So for today, for instance, it was 45 seconds on, 12 seconds off. Okay, so you would work for 45 seconds and have 12 seconds of rest, and you would rinse and repeat that. The reason we do that, if you are a runner or you go on a treadmill, what happens is your heart rate's going to go up, but it's going to plateau off very quickly, right? Because you're running at a pace or a mile per hour or something like that. Here's what's cool, is even after you're done going for a run or a jog or whatever, your body is still going to burn calories for about 4 to 6 hours after your workout because you're going to be at an elevated resting metabolic rate. What that means, your body has to keep its core temperature under control, breathing, heart rate, all that stuff, right? Your body has to work even when you're done working out to get that stuff back down to neutral. So it takes about 4 to 6 hours after that where you're still burning additional calories. The reason we do HIIT training, study in March just came out, showed up to 48 hours afterwards, people were still at an elevated resting metabolic rate. Okay, now is that the best study there's ever been found? Yeah, but if we get half of that, we're still 4 to 6 times more effective than regular cardio. Okay, now is it a lot of calories? No. In a 24-hour period, it's typically 250 to 400 extra calories that you're going to burn by not doing anything. But you start adding that up by 3, 4, 5 times a week, 20 times a month. Holy cow, right? And we have to do anything for it. So if it feels like we are trying to do terrible things to you when you are here, it is not the case. But we know that the harder we push you when you're here, the longer of a benefit you're going to get when you're not here. That's why we do what we do, okay? So our goal is when you're here for 30 minutes, you're done, right? If you've ever watched an Olympic sprinter do a 200-meter dash, they are toasted when they are done, right? And that takes like 20 seconds, okay? So if you get through a 30-minute workout and you're not tired, you can work hard enough, period, end of story, right? If an Olympian can do it, we can all do it, right? So push your body, and that doesn't mean be unsafe, but push yourself. Try to get better, try to count reps, try to do things to keep yourself kind of focused on the workout and make sure that you're getting the most out of the 30 minutes, okay? If you're in here and just lollygagging around and you're not really doing anything, you're gonna be here, you might get up to here, we're gonna drastically cut that down, right? And that's where we're getting those extra calories burned. So really focus on going super hard when you're here. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna cover is the nutrition side. So for all of you who are doing the 3-week trial, I'm going to highly, highly, highly suggest that you just say screw it and do the challenge, okay? The reason I say that is because you're gonna get way more customization because your macros are going to be based on your gender, your weight, your body type, etc., okay? So it's customized to you. Our general program is the exact same thing that I'm going over, but it's not customized for you, okay? It's just basic. About 80 to 90% of our clients do really well with our basic program, but our challenge program is where you kind of take off, right? Nobody on our wall has ever gotten there without doing a challenge, ever. So the reason is because you learn so much about food, how to count things, how to actually make habits, which is the most important part, right? If it's not a habit, you're not going to continue to do it afterwards. So what we do here is called direct macro counting. Okay, and this is going to be the most important thing for you to understand. Okay, what is a macro? Let's start with that. Protein, carb, or fat. That is a macro, protein, carb, or fat. So if you hear me reference macro, I'm just talking about the number of protein, carbs, or fats you're supposed to be eating, right? So if I ask you, are you hitting your macros? I'm asking you, are you hitting the number of proteins, carbs, and fats that we told you to hit? Okay, I'm not calling you a name. That's what I'm talking about. So the cool thing is on all the challenge sites, and even in our orientation group for the 3-week, is we have food lists, okay? And every food list will have a bunch of options under each of those words, proteins, carbs, or fats. If you do not like something, don't eat it. Why would you do that to yourself? I hate Greek yogurt, stop eating it, right? The only person on the planet who I've actually had one client who said, I don't like any of the food on your list. And I said, that's probably why you're here. If you don't like anything on the list, change some stuff, okay? Like, that's period. That's life. So what I want you to do first is don't look at how big the list is. Circle the stuff that you actually like. If you like steak, chicken, fish, eggs, cheese, avocado, peanut butter, all that stuff's on there, right? Like, you're eating normal human food. We're not giving you some little lean cuisine and saying, go eat this. Like, you're eating normal people food, okay? It's just how you pair it. So go through the list first, circle the ones that you actually like, and then we're going to make a meal plan, okay? So, here's the cool thing, is you guys can literally do all this without having your macros sent to you. You can make your meal plan, and the only thing that's going to change is the amount that you're going to eat. So, for example, we're going to make a sample meal plan. I'm going to literally do it with you, okay? So, let's say you choose to eat 4 meals a day. Your options are 4, 5, or 6. So, that's what you got, okay? You can't go less. You can go more. But typically,